Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Well, hello again, everyone. 10 p.m. update here on Hurricane Milton. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, there has been a little bit of a weakening trend. It's still a Category 5 storm, though, so it really doesn't matter a whole lot. Pressure, though, has gone up this evening, and the wind speeds have pulled back just a little bit. The inner core of the storm, what we call the eye of the storm, undergoing a little bit of reorganization, and that kind of disrupts the strengthening process and is why we have seen a little bit of weakening. As we've been talking about, though, as this approaches the coast of Florida, there's also going to be some other things in play that are not going to be real conducive for this maintaining its current intensity. So the latest forecast update still shows that this will back off, but still remain a major hurricane at landfall. Let's show you the latest track here from the National Hurricane Center. And even though the winds may back down a little bit between now and tomorrow, it's still going to be that Category 5 status through at least the end of the afternoon on Tuesday. It does continue a track here off to the northeast and eventually a little bit more of a turn to the north, which will take it into the west coast of Florida. Looks like sometime Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. Still, the forecast has it a Category 3 storm, 125 mile per hour sustained winds just off the west coast of Florida. Keep in mind, Cat 4 status is 130, so it's still going to be very close to that. This is going to have devastating impacts, particularly in terms of the storm surge, which is that rise of the ocean water above normal tidal levels here. And even though the storm may be a little bit weaker as it moves inland, that's really not going to impact that very much whatsoever. This likely maintains itself as a hurricane all the way across the Florida Peninsula, emerging off the coast here, maybe near Daytona Beach or down towards the West Palm area, perhaps heading into Thursday morning. And then it does, as it moves out to sea into the western Atlantic and away from the U.S. coast, will start to lose its tropical characteristics. But again, this is going to be a big impact. Hurricane warnings in effect now, Fort Myers to the Tampa area, all the way east towards Orlando, as they are expecting not just the storm surge, but the wind as well. Earlier this evening, 7 o'clock update, the minimum pressure in Milton had dropped to 897 millibars. That makes it the second most intense storm on record to move through the Gulf of Mexico. But again, it may be difficult just based on the changes that we are seeing right now and the expected changes in the overall atmospheric setup for it to get back down to that level. So if there's a positive, it is that perhaps it has reached the peak intensity it will have. For us here locally, we got a whole lot of nothing going on. Great fall weather on the way. Warm days, cool nights, no rain for at least the next week and a half, if not longer. All thanks to our latest cold front, which has moved down to the Gulf Coast. High pressure building in behind it, and that is going to keep us sunny and dry for the coming days. Nothing on Wave 31 Triple Doppler, and as I mentioned, it'll be a while before we're tracking some wet weather again. Clear skies here at 10 o'clock. It'll stay that way through daybreak tomorrow. Plenty of sun at the lunch hour Tuesday, mainly sunny tomorrow afternoon. Guess what Wednesday brings? Pretty much the same story. Clear Wednesday morning, sunny Wednesday afternoon. We'll have cool mornings and warm afternoons on the way. Lows tonight dip into the low and the mid-50s tomorrow. We will warm up with sunshine, at least gradually through the day, mid-60s by 10. And tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will be running right around that 80-degree mark, a degree or two above or below, depending on your location. That, though, is right at average for this time of year. Nothing changes through Friday here on your Wave 31 10-day forecast. We've got highs near 80. Those overnight lows stay around the 50-degree mark. Maybe a little warmer by Sunday up to 85, but then there's another cold front, first of next week. That may cool us back a little bit more into the 70s for highs, with overnight lows dipping into the 40s heading into next week.